This past week, Hubble Space Telescope celebrated 25 years in space. This is Space News. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Space News. We're so happy you've joined us. I'm Marcus.
And I'm Kevin.
And by the way, if you want to check out more information about the 25th anniversary of Hubble Space Telescope, you can go check it out on our blog, outofspacetv.tumblr.com.
Now, while Hubble is enjoying a nice long life, not every spacecraft is so fortunate. Mercury Messenger, the first spacecraft to ever orbit the planet Mercury, is entering its final days.
That's the closest planet to the sun, by the way, in case you didn't know. Just make sure.
Yeah, because of Mercury's fast orbit of only 88 days around the sun, it's actually really hard to get probes over there. So usually they're flybys.
Right.
And Messenger was the first and only, so far, orbiter to make a map of Mercury.
Right. So it's been orbiting around Mercury since 2011. It was actually launched in 2004. So it took a while to get there, but it's been doing a very good job taking images of the surface of Mercury, getting a lot of very, very detailed maps. So this is our best look at Mercury we've had in ever.
Now, there are plans to put another probe in orbit around Mercury, and that is a European-Japanese joint venture called Bepi-Colombo.
Now, Bepi-Colombo's first job will be to actually look at the death crater that will be created by Messenger when it rams into the surface on April 30th, which is later on this week. But until then, Japan and the European Space Agency have to work together to build up
Bepi-Colombo?
Sorry, that name is very hard for me to say without smiling or laughing. But yes, it's great that we have another another thing going out there to go check out what's actually going on, because it'll give us a chance to actually look at the impact of a crater that we knew when it was created and what was created, as well as we know the time period. So this is all very good details that we can get, thankfully, to the Bepi-Colombo probe that's going out there. But Japan also has its other balls in the air, namely the moon. They want to go to the moon. Japan specifically wants to build a robot to go to the moon by 2018, and this robot is called SLIM.
SLIM.
It stands for Smart Lander for Investigating Moon. Not the moon. Unless that was a typo. It was just moon.
Just moon.
But
we know the moon.
We know the moon, yes.
We're on a first name basis.
So the Japan Space Agency, JAXA, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, not as cool as NASA, but whatever. They are trying to basically make up ground because they feel that they're very far behind of, namely, their closest competitor geographically as China. Sorry.
So China and India are both making great strides in their space programs, and Japan hasn't done too much lately. And so Bepi-Colombo is an example of them starting to invest in future projects, and also this moon mission.
Right, so they're hoping that the SLIM robot will actually help them sort of make the first step forward into more moon missions. In particular, they want to actually send people back there in 2025. And considering that we're kind of moving further, we're looking forward towards Mars, I think it's good that somebody here is more focused on getting back to the moon, because we haven't been there in, 30 years, 40 years? It's been a long time since we've been back to the moon.
At least 43 years,
yeah.
I think.
It's our closest neighbor. We should really go check them out and make sure it's okay.
Yes. I'm redoing the math in my head.
Math is hard. In other news, exciting news, the first visible light spectrum from Exoplanet was taken this past week. Now, you probably don't understand what first visible light or exoplanet or spectrum means, but Kevin's going to explain some of those things.
So exoplanets are planets orbiting stars other than our sun. Right. So other solar systems besides our own. And spectra is basically just light of different energies that we can measure to determine what something is made out of, what elements are there.
Right, so in particular, the spectrum was taken of 51 Pegasi b, which was the first exoplanet that was discovered around a sun-like star. There were earlier exoplanets discovered back in 1993 or something.
But they were around white dwarfs, and no one cares about dead stars.
No one cares, except for me, because that's part of my research. But whatever. So typically, we discover these exoplanets and things about their atmospheres by looking at when the exoplanet crosses in front of its host star. The light from the host star goes through the atmosphere, and we get a spectrum, but it's kind of jumbled up between the star and the host planet. But the way that this new equipment, which is HARPS, which is on a European telescope down in Chile, was able to actually detect the planet on its own, which means we can get much more specific information out of it, namely things like its mass, its atmospheric composition, its inclination to the star, a lot of more detailed information that isn't jumbled up in other data.
Have they released any known materials that they've spotted?
I didn't actually go into the details into the paper, so I don't have that information for you right now. But I will put a link to the paper in the description below. What's actually the one thing that they did give was that the size of Pegasi B is is about the size of Jupiter. So it's supposed to be about a gas giant, but it's half the mass. So that's interesting. It's large, but it's not as massive as Jupiter.
So it's expanded. So it's probably very hot.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know if they know how far away it is from Pegasi at all, but it could be. I mean, if it's pretty close, yeah, that could have a big impact on how tenuous the outer atmosphere is. But we're not going to be going there anytime soon because it's kind of far away. But this is very exciting that we have a new technique to actually measure more details about these exoplanets, which means we're going to be able to learn more about them and, help in this aid of searching for life out there, because that's one of NASA's top priorities now. Yep. But anyway, thank you for watching.
Thanks.
If you want to help supporting the show, you can buy t-shirts over at outofspacetv.spreadshirt.com, because it's cold out in space and people don't really like naked people out in public, so why not cover it up with a shirt with our logo on it?
You can also like and comment below.
That too. And also, if you'd like to, which we would like you to do, comment below about what type of space news you'd actually be interested in. Today we cover 3 different topics. One is exoplanets, another is satellites around other planets in our solar system, and then there's also the topics of space agencies on Earth. What are they doing? So let us know in the comments below. SpaceX, NASA, all those things. Otherwise, thank you for watching.
Thanks.
See you out there.
Thanks for watching today's video. You can like and subscribe down below, as well as comment on all the different subjects that we talked about today. You can find other content elsewhere on the internet, so look for those links. You can also watch a random video of our channel right here. Thanks for watching.